Hi, this is Archie Tovar. I'm with Glepler Digital Media. I'm here with our guest, Nick Shriesher. Nick is with Universal Properties. Universal Properties is a real estate company based out of Fresno, California. And Nick's been in the industry for quite a while. He's one of our professionals that we have as a guest today, just so he can tell us a little bit about himself. First of all, education and what he's been, how he became a realtor. And I believe he's even a broker. So Nick Shriesher, tell us a little bit about you, education and how you became a broker.
Oh, thanks, Archie. Thank you for having me. First thing, I have been a broker for about 15 years plus, since 2004, to be exact. Have been in this market, the Fresno market, uh, Fresno regional, the whole from here to Clovis to Selma and so on. So I know this market really, really well. Um, What happened is the real estate market's really huge right now for between commercial, residential, industrial. So I'm specialized mostly in commercial and industrial, and some residential. And of course, as you know, Fresno is a huge. There's a lot of land. A lot of people come to Fresno here. We have population of about almost 500,000 plus, and we have national builders like KB Home, DHR Horton, and others. They love Fresno. They love to build in the Fresno. And as a broker, I love to help clients to achieve their dream and make sure we find the right house for the right money, the right interest rate, and so on.
So one of the questions that I wanted to talk to you about was, right now we're in turbulent times. We have the famous coronavirus. Um, as far as the market, what do you think about the market today? Are there people buying homes, or are they keeping you busy, or are the phones ringing, or what's going on with the market?
Right now, be honest with you, it's the market is it's hold right now. Everything is holding. Everybody's holding back and buying or selling real estate. This time is the best time to sell your house or your commercial building because this is a seller market, what we call a seller market. That means it's time to sell because everything is so high. Okay, and it's not a buyer market, but people have money. They always want to buy real estate because that's the best thing to hedge against inflation and and your money and everything goes from there. Um, with coronavirus and everything, I would say uh, just hold on. Make sure you stay safe first, and maybe as soon as coronavirus hopefully goes away, you start thinking, you start talking to an agent who you trust very much, who you like very much, and let them know. And hey, look, I want to sell my house, or I want to buy my house, or whatever you want to do, and go from there on it. And hopefully they'll direct you the right way. But this is a good time to sell right now.
So what's the best way to buy real estate? I mean, how do people go out there if I'm a first time home buyer, not sure how to buy a home or who to talk to? What's the best way to for someone to do that to buy real estate?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think in order for you to buy a house, make sure you talk to the right people. What I mean by the right people, make sure you talk to the right people by referral. Somebody, okay, friend of yours or a family of yours who bought a house from an agent, from a broker, and let them know, hey, look, I'm looking for a house. Go talk to them. Make sure you interview one or two people on it. Make sure you get the right people, and make sure you want to buy in the right area. By mean the right area, if you're living in Fresno, you want to buy a good area that's not a very a house very affordable according to whatever you can afford. And talk to before you do that, make sure you talk to a lender and have them qualify you for the loan at 200,000, 300,000, 400,000, 500,000, whatever. Based on that, you talk to a broker and find out, okay, I need to live in a zip code of 93720, which is North Fresno. Okay, I need to buy a house and I can afford about $2,500 a month. Okay, then the lender can check for you, and then the broker, based on the $2,500 a month, based on your qualification, start looking for you for a house. And usually, there's a lot of houses selling for $2,500 a month. That's a good house. You could find a good house for that. So it depends on where you're at with the money. So make sure you could afford the house. Don't go overboard. Stay with the house where you really, really can afford.
So speaking of affording a home, you need to qualify. Do you work with any particular mortgage lenders? Do you have people out there that you refer to, or how do you suggest for somebody to do research for a loan?
That's a good question. Yeah, we have lenders we could refer you to. Always we could refer you to somebody, and always you could go back to your bank or your bank. Let's say if you bank with Bank of America, Wells Fargo, United Security, whatever bank you bank with, ask them that question. Talk to the mortgage broker at the bank, and then we could refer you to someone else. And it depends. There's so many loans. There's FHA loan, a first home buyer loan, and that's guaranteed by the government, and that's only about 3% down. There's what's called conventional loan, but with 5%, 10%, and you could pay 20% down. Depends on how much money you could afford down payment. The more money you could afford down payment, the better for you, because it's always going to go into the equity, into the house equity.
What's the
So
minimum
that will reduce that.
percentage that you have to put down in a home? Do they require any particular percentage for any type of home or?
FHA first home buyer, 3%.
Hmm.
Conventional maybe 5 to 10%, and go from there on it. But the more money you have, the better for you. And it's up to you how much money you want to put down. And but for me, I would say put as much money down as you can.
So Nick, you talked about percentage, and I'm guessing that's the interest rate. What's the interest rate today, or more or less, and then what do you see the future of the interest rate, or what's going on with the interest rate?
That's a good question. This is the right time to buy a real estate, man. It's unbelievable right time. Right now, interest rate is so low. A 30-year amortization fixed rate is below about 3.5%.
Oh,
15 years is below 3%. So I would say right now, this is the best time to buy, period.
that's pretty good on the interest rate. So you're talking now. So again, back to a future question. After the coronavirus comes, hopefully subsides in June, July, whenever. What do you think that the market's going to be for not only the real estate but even the mortgage industry or the interest rates?
I would say hopefully as soon as the coronavirus disappear, or I don't know if it's going to disappear forever, but we can go back to business as usual. Uh, there's economy is going to come back, but it's going to come back gradually. There's a what's called a V-shaped economy, and there's what's called a U-shaped economy. A V-shaped economy, where the economy rapidly goes down or rapidly goes up, and some people they think we might do that, but most of them they think we're going to go a U-shaped economy, which is going to take like the financial market collapse in 2008 is going to gradually comes back up, and that's about 2 to 3 years.
So talking about the real estate. I mean, that's what you're a professional at. There's a lot of businesses out there that are windows are boarded up, businesses are closing, and then there's businesses that are open, essential, non-essential. I guess liquor stores are essential because people need drink, and but yet
Correct.
restaurants are not so much essential. I don't know. I mean, can you tell us a little bit about real estate as far as the businesses in general out there? You see all the businesses out there.
Yeah, businesses right now mostly retailers are having a hard time. As you see, people like Macy's, Nordstrom, other people like that, they're closing because everything going online. So Amazon and other companies, they sell it online, and people get used to it. They go on online and they buy their stuff of online. Um, Restaurants are having a hard time, or you could uh, a good restaurant, maybe they have their own application where you could order, go pick it up, like Chipotle, like other restaurants. So if you're a client right now, as a coronavirus and everything, you try to find a very good restaurant where you could buy from their application and everything, and make sure they're healthy, and make sure the food is good, make sure people are good, and be careful. That's it.
So, as far as Universal Properties, how long have you guys been in business? And can you tell us a little bit about your education to become a realtor, or what does it take to become a realtor or a broker if someone out there wants to do that in their as a new career?
That's a good question. Myself, I've been a broker for since 2004. Like I said, previous to that, I was a stockbroker uh, with Morgan Stanley and other companies. So I've known the financial market really, really well, and then I've known the real estate market really, really well because I did invest in both. So I know what it takes to make money on both sides. Um, if you're an investor, you want to look for real estate. This is a good time to buy right now, especially commercial, because with coronavirus and everything, people will start they want to sell because they're afraid they're not going to have enough money. So if you have cash, if you have good credit, you want to buy now, and hopefully you could rent this offices or retail wherever. Um, but as Universal Properties, we've been business for long. So we have a lot of clients. We helped a lot of clients, and uh, we love to show people how to invest in the market and buy the right houses commercial.
So, in closing, Nick, is there anybody out there that you want to thank, to for the support that you've gone up to this point, or even also in closing, if you can give your telephone number to the folks out there, and on how to get a hold of you.
Yeah. Anytime you need real estate, any question, it doesn't matter if you need to buy or sell, just ask us. And my name is Nick Shriesher, and my phone number is 559-612-1475. I'd love to help you with all your question needs, and we'll be there for you. Thank you.
Great. So this is Archie Tovar once again with Glepler Digital Media. We're going to close this session up with Nick from Universal Properties. A lot of great information, and thank you so much, Nick. We'll talk to you
Thank you,
soon.
thank you, thank you, sir. Thank you.